Okay, we're going to move on to the toms now. We've got the 3 toms. They're still packaged at the moment, so we'll have to remove this packaging and get these hoops off. So we have Tom 1, Tom 2 and the floor tom. Of course the proper name for these would be Tom Toms, but we just shorten it to Tom. So this is the floor tom because it has the legs that will be attached to it and it will sit on the floor. So we'll come back to that one in a second. And Tom 2. Oh, the sizes are 10 inches on Tom 1 from one side to the other, and we've got 12 inches across on Tom 2, and our floor tom is 14 inches across. So this is a fusion kit. These are fusion kit sizes. We'll put one to one side, we'll put the Tom 2 to the side. I'm going to work with this Tom 1 first of all and show you how to unpackage it and put it all together. You're going to need your bag of bolts, so you need the little bolts, which are those ones there, and they've got the little washers that go with them, so make sure you get all those ready. There is a little pot of grease I've discovered here as well, so if we open this up, what you can do with this is when we put the bolts in, we can just put a little grease on the end of the bolt there. So I'll leave that ready also. You're going to need your drum key for this. Again, don't lose this thing, very important. And you're going to need the pack of heads. Now there are 2 heads for each drum. So these are the 10-inch heads. These are for the Tom 2, the 12-inch heads. And also we have the 14-inch heads. Now if you notice that one of these has got a logo on and one is clear. So now I'm going to presume, it doesn't say anything in the instructions about this, but I'm going to assume that the logo head is going to go on the top. So that's going to be the batter head, the bit that we hit. And the clear side is going to be on the bottom. So now at the moment I can't really discern any difference in thickness of the heads. So now quite often you get the batter head is a little thicker than the resonant head, the bottom head. But in this case they're both about the same thickness plastic. So I don't think it would really matter if you got it the wrong way around at this stage. And later on, once you've played this kit for a while, you will want to replace the top heads anyway for something maybe a little thicker. Depends on what sort of music you're likely to be playing as to what sort of head you buy. You can go to a music store and buy these, and we'll do this in another video, so this will be on the website pretty soon. So we'll come back to that one. Let's crack on with this little tom. So I've got my 2 heads again. That's the top head, that's the bottom head. I'm going to start with the top, so let's put that one nearby. Now the first thing I need to do is undo the bolt. So I've already undone this one a little bit, so I'm going to take that out and this one, and then we can lift off the hoops. There's 2 of those, and then we can take off the plastic packaging, which we'll just put over here. Now, how do you know which is the top and which is the bottom of your drum? Well, it's pretty obvious. The badge here is the right way up, so this must be the top, and also the T-screw that's holding the tom holder on, which will hold it onto your bass drum, this needs to be on the top as well, so for easy access. So this is the top, this is the bottom. Just before you put the heads on, again just check all the edges, just make sure that there's nothing wrong with these drums, but there certainly isn't. So let's crack on with it. Again, I'm going to line up this head, so this is the logo, and I'm going to put this by the T-screw. I always do that, I don't know, it's a bit of a habit of mine. So then we're going to put the hoop on, just give it a little press down, make sure that it's even all the way around. If there's a few little wrinkles, don't worry about those too much, that does happen. So I've just put the little washer on, and we'll just give it a little bit of grease. Doesn't really need much, it's only a dabble, it's a good word, dabble, a dabble of grease, there we go. And we're just going to go all the way around. I think we'll speed this bit up. until we've got all of these on. At this point, I've just got all of the lugs to finger tight all the way around. That's as tight as I can go with my fingers. I'm just going to roll this around here. So, and that's how I'm going to do it for all of the drums on the top and the bottom, and then we'll tune them afterwards. So for this first stage, we can just get all of the lugs to be exactly the same. So I'm going to turn it over now and do the same on the bottom. Okay, so we are all in with the lugs all the way around, and we've got grease on all of them, and I'm just again doing these to finger tight, so both the top and the bottom are now in finger tight, so they should be sounding almost the same. Kind of baggy, but there we go. So that's ready, so it's assembled. We just need to tune it in a minute. So put that one to the one side, and I'm going to carry on with Tom 2. Okay, so just on the last lug now, this is the floor tom, and the process has been the same for Tom 1, Tom 2 and the floor tom. I'm getting them all to finger tight, so it's as tight as I can go on all of the bolts. We call them lugs, or lug nuts. Here we go. And that's about as tight as I can get them all the way around. Now, there's a few wrinkles still in here on all the heads. Don't worry about that at all, it's perfectly fine. So they're still quite loose at the moment. So you can almost hear the pitch. High, medium, low. So even without any tension on the heads, they're already starting to sound like drums.